It's a big day. We're unwrapping the crab stand. Been shrink wrapped all winter, but it's about that time of year, man. We're getting ready to sell crabs. Crab boat's ready, pots are ready. Now we gotta work on the crab stand for the next week or two. I got some changes I'm gonna make and whatever else that I'll inform you guys about, but get to unveil it again. Exciting day. That probably came apart a lot faster than it went on, didn't it, Riley? Riley put the shrink wrap on. Oh, I forgot to cut my hawk flags out of it. Son of a gun. Yeah, we cut out all the Southern Girl. That was quite a bit. Oh my God, you all right? Our first casualty of the season. Hey Cam, you want to take this to the dump? Will you take it to the dump? Hell yeah! Like this guy. I clean that ditch up every single year. I go in and pick up all the garbage, and tell you what, I don't know how, but I think it's full of trash every year. Don't throw your stuff out the window. This is crunch time for me right now because we need to go crabbing and open the crab stand and do about 100 other things. I have a list. We need to fix the roof, build shelves for merch. We need to build new countertops here and here, build a sign for the side of the refrigerator trailer. We need to put up a rope barrier on the other side of the boat, do some landscaping, and I also have to go crabbing in the next 2 to 3 weeks. I hope you guys enjoy watching me try to figure this mess out. Needless to say, I have my hands full. As a lot of you know that have actually traveled to come see the crab stand, it's a little chaotic sometimes, especially when we get like big crowds. Just like everything else I do, I kind of needed a year to just let it happen and observe and figure out what needs to be changed. So I have some ideas. My number one thing with the crab stand is I needed to be more efficient, but we only have so much space to work with. I mean, my lot's only like 50 feet wide and I don't know, 120 feet long or something. So we're not working with a lot, and a lot of that real estate is taken up by a boat, and all the rest of the real estate is always taken up by cars. Here's my thinking. We have the boat. We have this entrance, right? So I just back my refrigerator trailer right up to the boat. We open the door, and we can pass through here right into the refrigerator trailer that holds the crabs. Part of trying to make something more efficient is identifying the bottlenecks and how to change and prevent bottlenecks. Historically, people would try to park there, and then people would kind of just congregate. There was no real line. They would see the stuff here on these shelves that I got excited and removed, and it was confusing and not efficient. People were running around everywhere. Another issue is that people didn't know what they wanted until they got here because the price board was right here. So then another bottleneck takes a lot more time, right? Here's my plan. Try to track with me. I'm all over the place. Let's say I'm a customer. Crab trailer is right here. And I pull in, I'm hanging out. I'm like, man, this is awesome. Super sick boat. I can hang out here in this open space and check out the price board. Like, okay, I want 2 dozen ones. You decide, come up here. There will be a rope barrier. Once you're here, you're in line. Walk up here. This counter, you tell the man what you want in terms of crabs. You put in your crab order. My guy back here, he's gonna say, well, hey, nice customer, thanks for coming out. You want 2 dozen ones, awesome. You're gonna run over here and grab out of a cooler that I'm gonna have with a bunch of pre-bagged dozens, crabs, right? And then it's gonna go up here to this counter. This is where you receive your crabs. And this is where they're gonna take your money as well. But here is gonna be another counter. And this counter is gonna have all the other stuff you're gonna need to cook your crabs or whatever else you wanna get. It's kind of like in the grocery store. When you go to the cash register, there's stuff that you're getting while you're waiting, right? You know, oh, I want 2 bags of potato chips. I'd like a call stick. I need some seasoning for my stuff. And then as you move up, you get over here. You say, my name's so-and-so. I had the 2 ones, you know. You say, oh, your bag is right here with your ticket stapled on it. What else do you have? Okay, awesome, ring you up. And then you walk out here, and this is where, once you're done, you can hang out, look at the boat, and grab a picture. Also, we're gonna have a big catalog in the back there, if I can build one. We'll have all the t-shirts, all the merch that we have and everything. So along with the price board, we're gonna have samples of shirts. You decide, I want 2 dozen ones. I'd like a t-shirt and a black t-shirt in large. Come up here, tell the guy I want 2 dozen ones. Come up, grab your other stuff while you're waiting in line. Boom, they check you out. You say, on the ticket says, wanted a black t-shirt in large. They would have gone back there, grabbed a black t-shirt, put it in your bag, and you're ready to go. I think that order is gonna drastically change the way this works and help. We truly wanna give you guys like the best experience, but it also has to be efficient because we are running a business. It's gonna take, as you can see, quite a bit of elbow grease. We gotta put poles in, build countertops. I wanna put some fascia board on here just to pretty it up a little bit. The other half of taking care of the customers is also making sure that your people have everything they need and they can be efficient as well. And I'm trying to implement more of a system to cut down on errors for you guys and to make things flow smoothly. So part of that includes some sort of vertical catalog to hold bins to house all the merch. And the other thought that I have is we need to be able to get crabs to people faster. To have a big chest freezer or a cooler here, and then before we even get there, we're gonna pre-bag a bunch of crabs, like dozens of 1s and 2s and whatever, and we'll have 20 bags of 1s, 20 bags of 2s here in the cooler. Say you want them, come grab your 2 bags, put them up there. Next customer, these people are picking out the other stuff that they need. Another announcement, so historically I've sold small, medium, large, extra large, jumbo crabs. And then females in 2 sizes and soft crabs, right? I'm trying to streamline because the system I had before is not scalable in terms of me not having enough bandwidth or time to be able to track every last little transaction and every crab and every bushel that comes in and goes out. I have been buying crabs from a couple other local crabbers. So when I buy crabs is 1s and 2s off the boat, and then I have to sort those bushels into small, medium, large, extra large jumbos. It's very hard to track. Are you actually making any money on these crabs? What should the price be for these crabs? What's the inventory look like? What are you gonna need? So I'm trying to reduce it back down to 1s and 2s. I can buy them as 1s and 2s, and I can sell them as 1s and 2s. So basically your 1s are gonna be your bigger crabs. That's gonna be either a 5.5 or 5 3/4 inch crab, point to point, and over. Your number 2s are your smaller crabs. That's gonna be your small mediums, which are gonna be 5 to either 5.5 or 5 3/4 inch crabs. It's gonna be a good system for everybody involved. I think you guys are gonna find that you actually get a little better bang for your buck sometimes because you're getting a bigger size variance in crabs, but it's also just gonna help me tremendously with keeping track and keeping order of everything going in and out. My boat, other boats, and this boat to you guys. I'll have more stuff explaining that when the time comes, but I just wanted to put it out there. I appreciate you guys always understanding and trusting me to do this kind of stuff, because I'm here for you guys. I'm gonna get to work. So, I gotta build countertops up at the crab stand. I wanna make that whole side that you walk up to usable counter space, because I'm changing it up. I'm using some of this plywood that's already got fiberglass on both sides. This is actually out of a box truck. Like, you remember the old U-Haul trucks and everything? So here, they get them at auction and then they cut all the plywood out of the boxes. It's a lot cheaper than actually having to fiberglass both sides of plywood. All right, I got this Total Boat fairing compound. I'm gonna try to smooth out the rough patches. Very scientific here.
2 of those.
I was just trying to square it out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Make sure it's even enough.
How are we're gonna have to scoop the other one into it because you don't want to get the, you know what I mean?
I'm just kidding.
I think you know what.
We'll put the dollop sizes next to each other. And
Yeah, but you can't use that scoop in here unless you cleaned it really freaking
well. Cost of doing business.
Epoxy fairing compound. That's enough for, it's 3 times what we need.
All right, good looking stuff. Here's the deal. I'm trying to put drip edge on the crab stand. The problem is the roof is not individual shingles, it's rolls of shingles. And I used tar on all the edges to seal it, and now the tar is not movable. So I can't slide the end of the drip edge up underneath of the shingle like I'm supposed to. Since I already have the drip edge and I want to put this board up, I'm just gonna bend it over like this and attach it to the board, I guess, and then put the board up and then caulk the seam, but put roofing tar over the gap. So it'll help, but it's not doing what it really should, but I already got it and I can't really fix the roof. So that's how it's gonna be. If you're a roofer, let me know how you would do it. I'm sure there's a way to do it, I just have no idea what that way is. I know, this is hilarious for everybody watching that knows what they're doing. My job's catching crabs, all right, and selling them. I know you're not supposed to nail it tight, like siding, because it'll bind. All right, what do you think? I think it looks pretty good, actually. Looks just like an actual workboat now, a little less like a fruit stand. You can have these, and then I'll cut 2x4s. See how it fits nice? I think I'm gonna mount one on here across.
Yeah, once you do that, yeah.
And then I'll have short 2x4s that are here that these edges will lay on. All right, so this is kind of what I'm thinking. I know it's ugly right now, but I'm just trying to come up with a concept. I kind of like this. It's simple to build. It works with what's already here. The boxes just go like that. I wanted them on an angle so that, if we can't use clear bins, you can just kind of like glance back and see what we got. We'll have more of them here. And then we can even put a third row up here for stuff that like we're not selling as much of. We'll have some underneath as well. So that'll give us 16 boxes of merch that are not just strewn all over the freaking deck. I'm one of those people, I kind of need to like see it. I kind of need to like get my hands on it to be able to visualize building it in my head, and then I can build it in real life. So it even uses just the gunnel. Once I build this, I can build sides, double folding door. Boom, we can just close it up and lock up all the merch. It does take up a little bit of room in the boat, but honestly, it's not that bad because pretty much as tight as we can get it. And it takes up a heck of a lot less room than having 16 individual boxes here that we then have to move around and open up and whatever every time we need to pull a t-shirt out. All right, we gotta go back to Home Depot to get some more of this subpar lumber. It's incredible how subpar the lumber actually is. I'm kind of freaking out about a lot of things, as I always am. I'm a very anxious person naturally. We have the Desperado project going on, trying to rebuild an entire boat from the ground up. We also are going crabbing, so we're getting all the stuff ready. I'm managing people, and then all the logistics, everything, basically. And then we're also hustling to try to get this crab stand ready to go and be able to open in a week. It gets to me, and I'm a little bit unwell, especially just my mind. But one thing that's really helped me throughout the years is talking to somebody. Sometimes you need somebody else to kind of be able to just listen to the situation and give you some advice. That's why today's video sponsor is BetterHelp. BetterHelp is an awesome online therapy service. One of my favorite things about it is that it saves a lot of time. With BetterHelp, you can either log into the website or go right onto their app and find somebody that is right for you. So they have like 30,000 different therapists that you can choose from. And they will usually have you matched with somebody that's right for you within 48 hours of you filling out a quick questionnaire trying to help you find the right match. If you don't like them, or you're just not clicking with the therapist that they've matched with you, you can just choose another one with no extra cost, no extra headache. They'll just match you with somebody else. Over 4 million people already use BetterHelp, and it's helping them, I'm sure, in all different aspects of their life. A lot of people just need somebody to talk to, somebody to listen, and it really can help. And you can video chat with them, text them. They have a lot of different options to make it fit you, your lifestyle, your schedule, and hopefully help you out with whatever you're going through. So go to betterhelp.com/Luke McFadden to get 10% off your first month of BetterHelp, and let BetterHelp start helping you help yourself live better, take better care of your mind, and hopefully have better relationships with the people around you. And shout out to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's trip to Home Depot. We really appreciate it. And I appreciate you guys watching these things because it's how we're able to improve upon the crab stand and keep this whole train on the track. So, all right, we got AJ digging holes to put the pipes in. I'm gonna try to finish up these shelves and then moving on to countertops. We've been working here at the crab stand for the last couple days, on and off, and I got the shelves pretty much framed out. Lindsay even came by to check it out.
Looks great.
Here are the shelves. It's all framed. We even scribed these to bend the curve of the boat, fancy like. We'll put plywood on the back, plywood on the sides. I'm gonna build some bifolding doors for the top that hopefully fold and then fold up. Here it is. I think it looks pretty good. I'll put some stuff on these edges and another board, and then I'll have my doors. Obviously it'll get all painted and everything. I think it'll look really nice. I like it. It'll hold 16 and they can stay locked up. It's starting to come together. I know it looks a little rough and it definitely looks like crap from the other side for right now, but I'm gonna pretty it up, trust me. A little more time. I know it looks awful right now, but I'm gonna put quarter round on it and board and batten and paint it, and it's gonna look good as used. All right, I'm trying to make like a corner bead basically for the back of this because it's ugly and we got some plywood seams, so I'm gonna attempt to rip a 2-inch square out of this so I can fit it around that corner. Riley doesn't have faith in me. All right, so this is what I just put on. See, this is what it looks like. It's just kind of crappy and ugly. So that covers it up. Cut another one. That joker is on there. It ain't coming off. And then I'll trim it here, put a board over that, trim it on the top, and then I want to paint a big crab on here and have it say crabs or something. So you can see it from this side. I'll trim these bushes a little bit. Riley is staining the posts and all. We're gonna stain that as well. I actually like the color. I think it's gonna make a big difference. It's gonna look a lot more finished, you know? The back is done. I think it looks a lot better. The curvature of the boat made things a little tricky, but I was able to bend everything so it follows. It looks pretty good. Trim out the front now. Not too bad. Got it trimmed out, front and back. Did some fancy work down here. Back of it's all trimmed out. Now I gotta build doors. I'm trying to make like double folding doors. Doorway. Need to mount some hinges. Probably on there, I guess. And somehow figure out how to hang these doors myself. I will say, I am amazed that lumber can cost so much, yet the quality of the lumber is so bad. If lumber was 1 degree worse, the quality, it would be unsellable. I mean, it's like incredible how bad this stuff is. Come on, don't fall. Come on. Go. Up. Okay. Oh, come on. Come on. No. Up. Come on. Maybe a C-clamp. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh my God. Sorry I had to watch that. Freaking tough one man and stuff sometimes. Moment of truth. Please work. Yes. I already see problems. I'm gonna have to notch my rafters by a fair amount. And obviously I'll need some kind of pulley system to lift it up, but step number 1 is just hanging the doors. Whew. That's a win. All right, got plates on the back. Now we can at least test it. This, fold it to here, fold it to here. I'm gonna make it easier, less dangerous for my employees, but I had to get the doors figured out first. I have a rope handle that sits flush. Ain't bad. All right, so the problem is this thing obviously can't make that whole turn because it hits the rafters, which I kind of knew but kind of forgot to think about. Wasn't sure where it was gonna go. I understand now how I could have prevented this problem, but 2 options. You can either block this header down and mount it so this will lay flush on the bottom of the rafters when it's folded up. The problem is it sticks down pretty far. There's plenty of headroom, but it really makes it seem small in here. It like makes the space feel really tight. The other thing I could do, which is what I think I'm gonna do, is just notch my rafters. Thing is, this roof bears no weight. So if I notch them and then I put L-shaped plates in here, it would actually sit totally flush with pretty much the bottom of the rafters. This much would be sticking down, but it would sit kind of flush up in the rafters and give us more headroom, which I think would kind of be slick, honestly. Issue now is I gotta figure out how I can lift this up with like a winch or something. All right, this is now my 4th day working on the cabinets and my 4th trip to Home Depot and Harbor Freight. Cam's here painting. I actually think the paint makes a really big difference. It's gonna look really nice. Hopefully today I can finally resolved the structure of the merch bin debacle. And then I gotta build countertops. Cutting into the main structure of your building, not really something you want to do a lot, but we're gonna install another header here that spans all the way across, so you guys don't have to worry. This is actually the same way you would do it if you were installing like a skylight or something. So it is kind of the right way to do something like this. Once you cut it, you just gotta block it out and reinforce it, which is what I'm gonna do. Don't worry. The rafter's notched with the new headers in, so this is all good. The door does recess. What I need to make now is a latch. Basically, so when you flip this bottom one up, it hooks onto there. So I laid this out using the arc of the clamp as a template. I'm gonna try to cut this and see if this works. All right. So this is what we got. This will mount on the inside, and this will hopefully hook onto that bottom door and latch it. That's the idea, at least. All right, I have it now. Well, it's working, so not as pretty, but nothing a little landlord special caulk and paint. Make her what she ain't, you know? We'll clean her up real nice. All right, open this up. Oh gosh, drop it on you. One-handed. Bam, just like that. Holds that up, and now I'm gonna install a winch. I got this like electric winch that'll be up there, and you'll just bring the cable down, hook it on, and then hit a switch, and that way you can be away from it, and it's not like a pulley where somebody could drop a rope. Like as long as it's hooked, it will not fall. So, and then just to undo this, push back on it, just like that. Bang. So I got this winch. I'm gonna mount that up in the rafters on the back side. Run a cable with a fair lead down to here. All right, this is gonna be the very first test to see if this works. I haven't mounted the controller yet, so the controller's actually inside. I'm gonna upgrade this rope too, but this is just to see if it's gonna actually work. How freaking cool is that? I'll put a cable thing and a stop up there so that like it can only go so far, so it won't pull it tight. Heck yeah. Let me get back in the box. See if it goes down all right. Oh no, my thing broke. Son of a gun. I'm honestly glad it broke now and not later. I'm gonna remake that out of steel. Other than that, dude, that's freaking mint. If I put it up higher, it would have held up better. There's a lot of leverage down here, but I don't know what I was thinking. I wanted it to be easy and accessible and not like fumbling with it and possibly hurt yourself. Dude, that is so stinking cool. All right, I performed surgery on it for demonstration purposes, but I'll make that out of something that won't break, hopefully. I'll do it from the top for you, all right? Got locks for that too. Come up here, all right? Boom, boom. That needs power. Huh, didn't expect that to happen. It slipped off of this thing I was using as the fair lead, but like I said, I'm glad it did. Now I can fix it before somebody gets hurt. Give you a little tour of the system from the top. Seen that? On the back side, have this winch mounted up in here with some pipe doubled up everywhere the screws go in. These are 3.5 inch, 4 of them. This is 3/4 inch pipe with a piece of 1/2 inch pipe sleeving it. That ain't going anywhere. That is in there, but that's where the winch is mounted inside the box. So it goes up like that. I'll get these wires and controller figured out. mount this thing over here somewhere. And then up here, I got the same deal. Just like as a fair lead, basically. Come down, clip it on the rope. I'll just show you. From the top, we'll try it again. Like this. Bam, and they're like that. Come down, hook your winch on. And right now, like I said, I gotta get it in the box. Won't be like that for long. Huh? I like them crabs. Something that you stick in here just in case. I'll figure something out for that, but freaking works. It works. All right, so I gotta remake this piece out of something that's not gonna break. I really thought this would hold up, but it didn't. A chunk of solid fiberglass from the trash wheel, and I think I can just make it out of one piece of this. Trace it and cut it. Got our fiberglass replica. I think that should work, definitely strong. All right, so I put up a short of this thing online, and a lot of people were concerned about like a safety, because right now you're depending on the rope and the cable to hold the thing flush with the ceiling. And I totally understand that. I was planning on doing a safety anyway. I put some thought into the safety of this. I decided against all those things because the problem is with the cable and everything, say you have it all the way up and you have a little piece turned to the side, you know, under here is a safety. And then somebody goes over here, forgets about the safety, it hits down, 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 and they're like, what the heck, it's not going down. Well, then you have a bunch of slack in the cable, and then they're gonna come over here and be like, oh, the safety's on. And then boom, hit the safety, and then the door's gonna fly down. Same kind of deal with the pipes or whatever, you know, in there, they're gonna do it, slacken the cable, and then knock the pipe out, and the thing's gonna come down and hurt you. I think the best thing to do is just to make this as strong as it possibly can and go with the cable. The cable is rated for way more than this weighs. This probably weighs 100 pounds, 150 pounds. Cable is rated for about 600 pounds. I'm also gonna put a stop on there so it stops the winch itself before you get it so tight that you can rip anything out. I also think the probability of somebody trying to knock a safety out while there's slack in the cable is way higher than this thing actually breaking. So, I came up with this, a leg off my old call box, and this will mount on the inside of here, and then we'll bolt it with carriage bolts on the bottom, and then also through the plywood, so it's on two surfaces, so you're not just trying to pry this 2x3 out that way. It'll add support in both directions. And this little spring-loaded thing is just some crap I came up with, because when this closes, it needs to be pretty tight to here. You only have the width of the difference of the hinge between these. This bar will basically sit flush up against here. I can even recess it if I have to. And this is a piece off a life jacket. And so when you get it down, you just pull it out, hook the clip onto here, and then lift it up into the ceiling. And then the safety is just the main system is super beefy. So that's the direction I'm going. I do appreciate your concerns though. Try it from the top. Like I said, now is the time that I want to break it so I get hurt, not somebody else. So this is all reinforced. We got our new thing in there, new latch made out of fiberglass.
I don't want to crush your fingers. Struggled a little bit, but I did it. I like how you put the winch back there when you were explaining to me. I thought the winch was somewhere up there. And I can't believe you bought a brand new one, even though there's probably 30 at the marina. That might work.
They were too big. Even Lindsay stopped by to help do a little painting. All right, so now countertops. I'm gonna try to build a continuous one, which means I'm gonna take apart my other countertop and see what I can make happen here. Riley's got the crab stand shirt on, working on the crab stand. All right, so one of the things I'm trying to do here is make everything follow the same curve. But the problem is the boat curves in, but it also curves up. So I gotta scribe it. So I just got a washer and a pencil. You stick the pencil in the washer like this, and then you roll the washer along the bottom edge, and then it'll scribe the edge that you need to cut. All right, we have countertops. One continuous giant countertop. I think it looks really good. Pretty much all painted up now. We got some more stuff to do, but the main construction is done. I'm gonna do some fiberglass work on these joints and then sand and paint the countertops, but I need another piece of C-channel for the back. I think it looks pretty good, as long as you don't look too close. Countertop follows the curve of the boat, all fancy-like. Painted up nicely. I like it. It's getting somewhere. So at the crab stand, I want to make like a little bit of a rope barrier that comes off of the boat. I want to make it look like hawks. I got some steel pipe that I painted white, pull these broken hawks apart and make it look like an actual crab hawk using my old actual working hawks, so that kind of get to see even the equipment that we use and make it kind of an interactive part of the crab stand itself. I'll get a little fresh paint on them, put them on the new poles, and we'll see how they look. In my head, it looks really cool. Kind of got to see in person to see if it actually is going to be cool. All right, here we have it. Pretty much a genuine hawk. We'll paint them up, get them set, put some flags on them and caps, see how they look. I got my hawks here. I still got to do a little work to them, but I think that looks really good. And you know what? They ain't perfect. They're working floats. They're really out of my rig. Most of them probably got plowed over by boats or whatever, and that's why I took the hawks apart. So, you know, it's real genuine equipment, real genuine used crab rope, because we're not using the nice stuff. That's for, that'll hold just fine. We need the nice stuff for the rig. One of the other things I really want to work on the crab stand is making it a little bit more of kind of educational. Down here, I'm gonna put in like this beam, and then down here I'm gonna have oyster shells, and I want to mount a lot of the equipment that we use as watermen with like a little placard that says what it is, and then a QR code that'll take you right to a video of me explaining what this is, why we use it, how we use it. Just think it would be really cool to be able to kind of share that with people that would otherwise not normally see it. I just think it's really a cool opportunity, hopefully educate a little bit to the public and kids and the next generation. Down here also, it's shaded, so if you got a little extra time, you're down here, want to come check it out, not cook in the sun, it's kind of nice. How do you like it? They're little hawks, just like the ones I use with my single corks in between. I think they're pretty cool. Flags are even held on with zip ties. It's genuine stuff here, folks. I got one for the front gate as well. I'm gonna put some buoys that say no trespassing on there. A little prettier than the other stuff, I think. I like it. Definitely prettier than the concrete poles. I hate those things. The beauty of these counters is that they're fiberglass on either side. So I got some Cabasil I'm gonna fill the joints with, then I'm going to skim these holes with some Farron compound. The reason I'm not doing Farron compound in the joints is because Farron compound has no structure to it. So even if those joints just flex a little, it's definitely gonna crack. So hoping the Cabasil will be strong enough and hold well enough that it will not crack. But I also don't want anybody to get fiberglass in their fingers, so I'm gonna skim all the little holes. Probably gonna have to wait for another day to come back and sand it. That stuff takes forever to set up. This is pretty cool. This is a steel crab cut out on a plasma table thing. Shout out to my buddy JT and Mikey, Bayside Services. Cut this out for me. This is gonna hang on the crab stand. I'm gonna paint it red. You guys can come see it when you come to the crab stand. Pretty slick, huh? All right, we have literally a truckload of oyster shells. I think it's about 100 bushels of shell. And I will say one thing, my truck rode like a dream with about 3,000 pounds of shell in the back, but it's a lot easier getting it in here with a machine than it's gonna be getting it out. But luckily, we have A-team on it. Try to do a walkway here, see what we got left, put some down there for the display. I don't know if there's gonna be way more than I need or not near enough, but could always use more oyster shell, you know? All right, we got the oyster shells down for the display. We got some here. I'm gonna try to tamp them down a little bit. Decided they'd be a little uneasy to walk on, so we just put them here. I think it's a nice touch. We also have countertops pretty much done. We need 2 more coats of paint and they'll be good, but I think that makes a big difference. This is like that Total Boat, shout out Total Boat, like textured deck paint. I think it looks pretty good though. Look really nice with another coat and trim on the backside. She's starting to come along. All right, so we are working on parking now. We actually went and bought parking curbs just to try to help give people a little direction on the angle. We'll paint lines as well. I mean, we got 3 big trucks in here and it's not bad. I think we can fit 8 spots here actually. And then down at the end, I'm gonna have like a sign that says turnaround area. Hope people don't have to back out into the road, but yeah, I think it's looking good. Got some painting to do. I'm gonna do some more decorating and stuff like that. canopy is the other thing I totally just forgot. So another thing that I have to do before we go crabbing and go to the crab stand is fix my generator. I'm getting electricity to the crab stand, which is a big step because it's been 3 years with no electricity up there. Finally getting electric this season, I guess, but I don't think it's gonna be done in time. Per usual, things just take a long time, so I want to at least have the option to be able to use the generator. And I didn't really use it much at all last year, except for a few times. I imagine the carburetor probably needs clean. We should probably do something about it. We'll just see if it actually starts. Headed to, I guess, the land of milk and honey when it comes to vintage Waterman memorabilia. It's this guy that my buddy Jay Fleming knows. I guess his name is Art. He's a legend around these parts, and apparently he's quite the collector of all things Waterman, Waterman history, equipment, Oyster cans, you name it. So I'm really curious to see what he's got and see if we can't get a couple really cool things for the crab stand. But Jay says it's super cool. So, oh, is that a box truck? I'm looking for a box truck. It's on the side of the road with a rag in the window, dude. Make him an offer. Dude, check these things out. Look at these bear traps. That's crazy. I can't believe that's a real thing. Get this started right. We got some potato chips. Give him some potato chips. Maybe that'll help negotiations. Brought you some potato chips too.
Oh.
That's pretty cool.
So you would see what the size, what the oysters looked like when you did it.
Oh, really? So that was the top of the can. That's not the same Phillips that's Phillips Seafood now, is it?
No,
Okay.
no.
Gotcha.
No.
Didn't think so.
Once your head, there's stuff everywhere.
All right. Wow.
See a lot of different things.
Hand tongs.
Hand tongs.
Oh, see the nippers.
There's this nice little pair of nippers.
Oh, yeah.
Pair of nipper salad worked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're really good.
That is pretty cool.
Pick one oyster at a time.
Yeah. How old do you think these are?
They could be from the 20s, from the
Yeah.
30s. You just never know. Pretty
Boy, he's
nice
got a
thing.
nice decoy collection too, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
he's-
Oh yeah, wow, those are some very
I was
old
thinking
ones,
when
aren't
when
they?
you're talking about space-wise, you got to think this. I think these are 32s.
Those are some homemade bent
Yeah,
metal.
The more you look, the more you're going to see them.
Oh, I know. That's what
They're
I'm saying. I
everywhere.
keep looking and I'm
all
like,
different
holy
lengths.
cow.
Right here.
Vintage fish scalers.
Those are 5-gallon galvanized containers for shipping oysters.
Is it cool? Like, can I look around a little bit?
Where you want.
All right. That's a very old oyster dredge, isn't it?
And there's a soft crab one here. The netting's not on it because we got a lot of heads. You'll see heads everywhere now.
Yeah. I wanted to put a horseshoe right above the cabin of the boat on the front. It's like an old Waterman thing for luck.
How many you want?
I don't know, maybe a handful or so, I guess.
Handful of those.
All right.
They're everywhere. You gotta just search. And see, these say select. No, you see some will say, here's one that just says medium.
This was frying size.
Yeah.
Ooh, these things. What about these? See these things? Those go in the walk-in, and then you put the crates on top of them so that the crates aren't sitting all the way on the ground. You know what I mean? Because the ones on the bottom ain't getting stagnant. Dude, that's what I need for the freaking the pre-bag crabs. Is that thing right there? Wonder if it works. Oh gosh, still got the candy in it.
Yeah, I know.
That's a soft crab dredge there. That's a proper one.
Some big heads.
Those are brand new.
These are brand new.
They've
heads.
never been used.
Yep.
It's already got drain holes cracked in it. All right, so one of the things I got for display at the crab stand is called nippers, and these are basically a tiny set of hand tongs that they would use to go pick like individual clusters of oysters off the bottom when it was shallow or the clarity was good, or watermen that would plant oysters around their piers or in their coves. Pretty old school. They don't really do this too much anymore. Definitely a cool piece of Waterman history. I also got a really nice big set of hand tongs over here. I'm just gonna buzz them off, clean them up, and then we're gonna go up to the crab stand and try to finish setting up like this whole display thing that became far more complicated than it should have been, per usual.
Vacuum a little bit.
I like little details, so I know that this is probably not something people really even see that much, but I didn't like this big giant empty space, and I just kind of wanted a little something else, something kind of cool. I kind of like, I'm bolting it to the crab stand, so Don't get any ideas. One of the other things I like about this flat metal sign is that adds a little bit of dimension, like shadow to the back, because it shows that the boat is curved, like the back of the cabinet's curved. And so it's got a little bit of depth to it instead of just a flat picture. I like it, just the little things. Also have this one here that somebody made me. Paul made me that. I think that looks really good on the back of the cabin. You can see it when you walk up to order. Well, right there, I like it. One other thing I have to do is put together this awning to try it up here. And I can build like anything, but I hate things with instructions. I have such a hard time following instructions.
We're gonna try it. I don't suggest you put one of these together by yourself. You can put it together by yourself, don't hang it. Very sketchy. Unfortunately, this is clearly not gonna work. It's way too low.
Oh, that sucks. All right, after toying with the adjustment a little bit, I think that might actually work. They're not extended all the way out and they're adjusted all the way up. It's 7 feet of clearance. I know it looks short, but I don't have a lot of 7-foot tall customers. Don't forget that every single month we are picking a random subscriber to send them an entire box of Jimmy's Famous Seafood food. That includes crab cakes, chips, crab soup, and some other awesome stuff. In order to enter the competition, you need to subscribe to the channel and then drop a comment below. We're gonna be picking somebody out of the comments to send the package to. We are making a big push for 1 million subscribers this year, so you guys are helping out with that. Share the video, turn on your notifications. It's doing me a big favor. It doesn't cost you guys anything. You have a chance to not only win a Jimmy's Seafood food box, but also at 1 million subscribers, we are gonna give away a brand new boat. So don't forget that. So I need signs for the crab stand. I want one that says order crabs here with an arrow. I want another one that says pay here. But I don't know how to make signs out of anything but wood. I don't know who else could make them, especially in time. So I'm gonna try to just make them myself out of like hardwood and cut the letters out with a router. So we'll see how that goes. But Aaron here is helping me lay out the letters because clearly I need supervision.
You did the first time?
Yeah, I tried to write order to practice and I forgot the D. So Aaron's gonna help me out with some letters that are hopefully right and maybe even spelled correctly. That's not too bad. You need somebody else? God, what, we got a freaking crowd here? Good Lord. You guys on the clock? That actually looks pretty good.
How are you gonna paint it, oil it, or what?
I have not got that far.
Hey, worst case, Ontario.
We cut it off and make another one just says pay.
No, yeah, it just says pay.
Inside line. I think we'll be all right. Gotta move the plant. I've never concentrated on something so hard in my life.
Luke. What? H-E-R-P.
Herp.
Oh!
But me and Aaron supposed all at the same time.
Oh, but this line went down like this. There was a circle there.
It's got scratched. We scrubbed it out.
No! We can fix this.
I like saw you coming down and I was like, oh no.
It says herp.
It looks so
There was a line down there.
Yeah, we should have erased that one more.
You might as well commit and go with
That's hilarious, actually. Pay herp.
Let's get a zoom on that. It looks so good though.
I know.
And that was only 30 minutes.
We'll review after every letter.
Well, that's what he did, but then he messed up halfway through the letter.
About to do it again.
I think it looks alright.
I think it looks fine. It looks good, but you can tell it's handmade, which depends on your opinion on things, makes it look better. It looks character, class.
Yeah. Like we all know you didn't pay for it.
Yeah, this cost $0. You know, the best part is, since you have the same thing on the other side, even the employees will know you gotta pay her.
Check it out. It's spelled correctly and everything. Actually, it looks pretty good. Handcrafted. I like it.
Pay her.
It should just say pay her.
Now you gotta do a big one. What's the other one say?
Order crabs here.
Are they buying
Order
anything
here.
else?
Yeah.
Because order here, pay here. It goes together. Of course, people are going to be there to order crabs. We're really going to order a pizza.
For my house, safe moves 5 feet across the
Finished product. So one of the other things I'm having to do is put together new price boards for the crab stand. Really like these foam boards with all the letters, so I think this will be nice, and we'll have another one for t-shirts and all that kind of stuff next to it, and price is subject to change. The crab stand is pretty much done. We're ready to open. I'll give you guys a little bit of a tour. When you come here, you'll park down here, preferably all the way down so we make the most out of our parking. Come over here, the trailer backed up to the boat. The price board is gonna sit right here. Crabs are here, and then once you decide what you wanna get, you hop in here, you're now in line, all right? You got this nice new counter. You'll tell the nice person here what you want for crabs and shirts and whatever else. They will go take care of it, give you whatever you need. You move down the line. Here's where all your other things will be. Call sticks, hats, potato chips, seasoning, you name it. Move a little further down. All right, now it's your turn in line. We have somebody running our new cash register. They'll take care of you right here. We also have signs, pay here, and order here. Made by yours truly. This is really cool. This has worked out kind of nicely. How nice is that? Got a little bit of shade action here. It's very nice, especially for everybody in the boat, but definitely everybody in line as well. These are probably my favorite improvement that we've made so far. A little behind the scenes look at what the crab stand looks like. We have freezer that is bolted to the ground, so don't get any ideas. And then we have the merch cabinet, all right? I also had this painted on here. Jake painted, sorry we're closed, because hey, you only see it when the thing is shut. And the only thing that bums me out about this whole deal is that it's so cool and like pretty and hand done that you don't even see it when it's open. But we got locks on here. Got our merch cabinet, t-shirts, hats, whatever else we're looking for. And there's a few more little details that I'm sure you guys are gonna see when you're here. I didn't think it was gonna make this big of kind of like a visual difference. Kind of looks a little more like an actual store now than just like, you know, an abandoned boat that we were kind of squatting in before. I hope you guys show up. We are open like every weekend, right, in the summertime. Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. If you want to come and meet me and hang out and whatever, I will be here the third weekend of every month. We'll put the schedule up on Facebook and all that. Other than that, my crew will be running it here. And please come out and buy crabs even when I'm not here, because we still need to be able to sell all the crabs that I catch and then some to make a living here. 5 Point Seafood on Facebook is our Facebook page for the crab stand. That's where you're gonna find all the details on pricing, on quantities, on all that kind of stuff. We do have online pre-orders for bushels and half bushels coming really soon. If you guys are traveling or just wanna make sure you're gonna get them. Other than that, all the crabs are sold live and first come, first serve. Pre-orders are also live. All the crabs are live. The only steamed crabs I offer are the ones that we ship anywhere in the country. We'll put a link down for that as well so you guys can see. I'll show you the other features real quick. We have a nice brand new porta potty. All right, this one's really nice. It's got flushing toilet, urinal, sink with water to wash your hands, the whole nine. It's very nice to have here. We have my display that I kind of got like 50 or 60% of the way through. Oyster shells, these are called nippers. It's like a little set of hand tongs. These are used for just like sight picking small oysters or small clumps of oysters. These are hand tongs, so these are the big version of nippers basically. So this is the OG way to catch oysters. These are also vintage, like handmade heads that are probably like super old. Not necessarily worth something, but just really old. It's kind of neat. The different sizes of oysters, all right? So like standards, these are lids off of cans. Standards are small, selects are medium, extra selects are large, and counts are extra large. So we have the shells and then some cans that they would have come in that are vintage and bolted to the ground. The propeller off of the Dora Lynn, which is the boat that we use as the crab stand. And we got an oyster dredge. This is a bottom dump power dredge, which is actually off of the Southern Girls rig. So this is actually one that we've used before. 2 oyster. And over here we have a crab pot. I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to subscribe and all that stuff. Enter the competition. Doesn't cost you anything. Hope to see you guys at the crab stand Saturdays and Sundays, 7333 East Furnace Branch Road in Glen Burnie, Maryland. Don't forget, we also ship crabs anywhere in the country. We also got t-shirts and hats and all that kind of stuff through Dark Seas. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you guys 8 a.m. every Friday or at the crab stand.